Jeffrey's about to tell another one of his self-deprecating jokes again. Don't be a clown, Jeffrey. It doesn't make people respect you. They might laugh at your jokes, but this isn't the route to real friendship. Ugh, it's too late. He's already done it. Adonis. Adonis pulls young Jeffrey aside in private and does the unthinkable. He shows him how his friends really talk about him. It's brutal. The people Jeffrey thought were his friends are being mean about him. They're calling him cuss words. They're imitating him and mocking him. Adonis makes Jeffrey realize that they were not his friends in the first place. They just used him for laughs. But the great Adonis will not leave Jeffrey like this. He shows him an alternative reality where Jeffrey respects himself. He has a new group of friends that he acts masculine around, and he's like the leader. His friends actually really appreciate him even when he's not around. With Adonis' support, young Jeffrey takes back his self-respect and finds a new group of like-minded friends. Let me tell you my story. It's back when I'm about 15 years old, and I'm outside on the AstroTurf in sports class, and we're playing football. And for some reason, I'm getting this idea that I'm gonna say something. No one's paying attention to me. I'm not feeling very social. And I wish I had more friends, so I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something which I know is gonna get me everyone's attention, and everyone will find this really funny, and then they might be my friends. And so I go to tackle one of the guys who's got the ball right now, and no one expects me to do this because I'm the skinny fat little brown kid, so no one expects me to actually run after the ball. But I run after the ball, and I tackle him, and I shout, "Sneaky Packy." I shout like a racist term about myself, and all of the white kids laugh. Ha ha ha, oh, that's so funny. That's so like abrupt what he just said. And for a few seconds, everyone's attention's making me feel really, really warm. Up until the sort of crowd of people who were laughing diverges, their attention spans already went off to the next thing. And I just see my one real friend looking at me a little bit awkward. It's like straight away I look at him and I can just tell, like, wait, why the fuck did I just say that? I've just sold out my own moral, my own character to try and make some of these guys laugh. And they don't even like me. They've already forgotten about me. The lesson of this story is not to tell you to not be funny or not tell jokes, but it's to not lower yourself by telling these like self-deprecating jokes, trying to get people to laugh, people who aren't even your real friends. Unfortunately, boys aren't taught how to make real masculine friends with other boys. When you think back to when you were younger in primary school, the authentic ways that you wanted to play this sort of masculine, adventurous mode with you and your friends, and maybe you play fighted, you got punished for that. Your teachers, no matter where you're from in the world, punished you when you acted like a little boy in class. And imagine what that did to you in those formative years when your brain was like trying to learn how to make friends. They ruined your capacity for that. And so now, 10 years later, when you're in high school, you're acting like in this really weird, inauthentic way where you're almost desperate for this friendship. And it seems like every guy who's in high school is like so lonely and doesn't even know how to make friends. And a certain select few guys go through that struggle. And unfortunately, they do it the wrong way, where they think that they need to be like the kind of clown to get attention from others. And suddenly you're like younger me who's making racist jokes at myself to try and get like one of these random popular kids to smile and laugh and like give you some attention. There's a quote from the Bible that I want to read to you. "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up bones." Cheerfulness and joy and humor are amazing things, but often the person who's bringing that cheerfulness to others can have a crushed spirit in himself. And that's exactly the problem with being like the funny guy in class or in your friendship group. If you're just genuinely funny and you're telling normal jokes, that's awesome. The problem comes when you stop being seen as like a clown and people stop taking you seriously. And when you sometimes make these like sort of self-deprecating, cringy jokes about yourself, soon other people will as well. This gets even worse because when your own friends don't take you very seriously, when they merge in with other friendship groups, and especially with girls, everyone's like subtle behavior towards you is very clear, like subconsciously, which means that so when you and your group of friends mix with like this group who've got like that cute girl that you've got a crush on, she for some reason will also begin disrespecting you and thinking of you as less, because everyone's kind of minor invisible actions and behaviors and words towards you will make it seem like you are low down in that social hierarchy, because you're putting yourself there. You know, I'll counter this point and tell you that if you're the clown in the popular group in high school, you probably still have like higher status than being like that loner kid who's not friends with anyone. But the difference is, like, if every day you're this funny guy who no one really likes, but they just kind of keep you around because you make them laugh, that can be quite a painful experience when you know, like, people don't really like you for you. They like you when you say some like offensive joke. So this is a brutal question that you can ask yourself to find out if you're going about being the funny guy in the right way. Just ask yourself with total honesty, am I seen as the clown, or am I seen as the hilarious Chad? Am I seen as like this high status, really funny guy and everyone respects me and loves me because I'm funny? Or am I seen as like the clown that makes people laugh in this kind of cringe, uncomfortable way? If it's this one and you're kind of like younger me who's shouting out sneaky packy as he tackles someone, I really recommend that you take a step back from this. And in some ways, you might find that, you know, there's people in class who aren't really hanging out with you as much when you're not making like these jokes or acting like a clown, but that's fine because they weren't even authentically your friends anyway. In this whole situation, the real friend is that one where when the crowd disappears, he's there like looking at you thinking like, why are you talking like this? That's the kind of friend that you actually want. That's the kind of like brother who will grow with you. And I bet, correct me if I'm wrong, I bet the jokes that you tell to that guy are quite different to the ones that you tell when you're trying to fit in with other people, aren't they? Click and watch this video right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah!